Here are the 5 easiest crypto plays that I believe are available currently in the market today that have the highest upside while also taking the least amount of risk. And we're going to hop straight into it. The first one we got is Coinbase stock. Now, the first 2 are actually stocks, but they are crypto stocks. So, I'm just throwing them in with crypto because at the end of the day, when crypto pumps, they pump. The first one's Coinbase stock. Now, if you're an avid viewer of me, you know I've been talking about this for literally over a year now. I've been talking about it since 2022, and I'm going to continue to talk about it because I believe it is the best play in the whole crypto sphere that has the most upside with the least amount of risk. Okay? As you can see right now, Coinbase stock is trading at $160, and back in January at the beginning of this year, it was trading around $30. Absolutely insane. And we know recently in October of this year, it was trading around $70, and now it's ran up to $160. Now, why Coinbase stock? So as you can see, back in 2021, they launched, they IPO'd, and, of course, with the bear market, it went down. Now, what you're going to see from this chart is a hockey stick chart, okay? It's going to come down like this, and then it's going to go fucking straight up like a hockey stick. Okay. Now, all jokes aside, that wasn't really a joke. But anyways, let's talk about why I'm personally bullish on Coinbase stock. Well, first of all, it's the largest exchange in the United States, and it's also the second largest exchange in the world. Let's also talk about BlackRock. When BlackRock, if they get their spot Bitcoin ETF approval, and they get eventually, their spot Ethereum ETF approved, where are they going to be holding their crypto? They're going to be holding their crypto with Coinbase. Also, what does Coinbase have as well? What did they just recently launch in the past, couple months or so? Base L2. I think it was like 6 months ago. I don't exactly remember, but they now have a layer 2, which is going to drive even more liquidity to Coinbase. Oh, and top of that, they also have a stake in Circle, USDC. They have a massive stake in that. This is such an easy play. It doesn't get easier than this. If you believe crypto is going to go up, then you damn sure should believe that the Coinbase stock is going to go up as well. It makes a lot of sense. I don't know. I feel like I don't have to touch on this one anymore. If you don't fucking get it by now, I don't know what to say. Anyways, I also believe this thing is massive upside. I talked about the hockey stick chart. It was like half a joke, but half not. I believe this thing, this people are might call me crazy, but I think this thing could hit $1,000 in the peak of the bull market. I think it's very possible, but we'll see. The next one is RIOT blockchain. Now, this one is a little RIOT platforms now. It's a little more riskier than Coinbase stock. This is a Bitcoin mining company, and we're going to be talking about why I personally like RIOT blockchain. Now, as you can see historically, let me go to the chart real quick. It did very well. I don't know why the chart's screwed up today. I don't know what happened. But anyways, in 2021, it ran to pretty high levels. It touched around like $50, $60, $70, and now it's sitting around $17. Now, why do I like RIOT blockchain? Well, they are the largest Bitcoin miner in North America. On top of that as well, we all know with the Bitcoin halving, that's going to completely, cause a lot of problems in the Bitcoin mining industry because the miners will be receiving half the rewards. RIOT is positioning themselves and getting new miners. Basically, in the mining game, you got to have the newest equipment to stay on top. And they continue to get the newest equipment, and they're continuing to build out new facilities and more. They're the most liquid, crypto miner stock. They're also mining at an efficient rate. They're not mining the most Bitcoin, but they're still mining at an efficient rate. And on top of that, they still have a lot of cash on hand. So they can weather the storm. They're my favorite Bitcoin miner. Of course, Mara is the other big one. Mara is definitely a lot more leverage than RIOT. I don't really need to go into it because this video is not about Mara, it's about RIOT. But pretty much all you got to know with RIOT is this, okay? When the price of Bitcoin goes up, this thing is going to go up as well. It is beta on Bitcoin. Now, here's the thing. Until post-halving, things might get a little weird depending on where the price of Bitcoin is. But if the price of Bitcoin is sitting at, once the price of Bitcoin basically breaks the all-time high, this thing is going to fucking fly. When Bitcoin goes to 100K, 80K, 90K, RIOT is going to fucking print. It's going to be green candles, green candles, green candles, green candles. And by the way, none of this is financial advice. But you have to understand, once the price of Bitcoin, once they are very profitable in the bull market, which after the halving, things are going to get, a little tight. But once, the price of Bitcoin breaks the all-time high and runs to 80, 90, 100K, this thing's going to fucking print. Okay? Obviously, it has a little more risk than the Coinbase stock. But I do think, in your portfolio, personally, I like to have some conservative plays, and then I like to have some plays that are a little more risky. Now, the next play we're going to talk about, you guys might hate me for this, but it's fucking Bitcoin, okay? Guys, this is the easiest fucking trade of all time. There are literally could be trillions of dollars that are waiting to flow into this ecosystem. We know that BlackRock has filed for a spot Bitcoin ETF. They're trying to get that approved. And Fidelity and ARK and a ton of other fucking, investment firms and all that other good stuff. Bitcoin is such an easy play. You cannot go wrong with Bitcoin. It is battle tested. We know it's going to fucking go up. And I think, from 42,000, I don't really know. The price of Bitcoin maybe, could go to 150,000. Maybe it just goes to 100K. At the end of the day, price predictions are kind of a meme. But I will say, if you want a conservative, good return, something you can sleep on and know that you're going to probably, make some unrealized gains on come 2025, Bitcoin's to go. People hate on it, but Bitcoin, pretty tough. The next one's Ethereum. Now, a lot of you guys were saying, oh, fuck, you just talked about Bitcoin, now you're talking about Ethereum. Ethereum's a fucking rock. And I do agree, Ethereum does not have as much upside as, I would say Solana in this market. But the reason I'm talking about Ethereum right now, specifically in this video, is I personally believe right now it's kind of undervalued. It has not performed well in the past couple of months. I think we know this. But I do believe it's going to rip. Of course, it has a market cap of $262 billion. So the upside is definitely limited. I'm thinking it could probably hit somewhere around $10,000 this bull market. But then again, there's a lot of macro factors and stuff that comes into play. But I personally believe right now Ethereum's undervalued. We've seen Solana pump super hard, AVAX pump super hard, Near pump super hard, ICP pump super hard. Ethereum has not seen that kind of pump. But at the end of the day, it does have a very large market cap, and it's not going to produce the same returns it produced. Last bull market, it literally went from $100 to almost $5,000. We're not going to see that again. The market cap is simply too fucking big. But this is, once again, I believe a play that I think Ethereum will outperform Bitcoin, but it's a play that you're going to be able to kind of sleep on and, just chill with. I think a lot of people, they get into crypto, especially their first round, and they put in a bunch of money and they fucking lose it all on a bunch of dumbass shitcoins because they bought the top. Now, if you're watching this video right now, you're fucking, we still got a long way to go. We're not even in 2024 yet. So if you're watching this video right now, just know we're going to go much, much higher. The party hasn't even started. The halving hasn't even happened. We have the presidential election. Interest rates are definitely, I personally believe they're definitely going to get lowered. Possible spot Bitcoin ETF approval and a lot of other cool things that can happen. But now for the final one, I wanted to add something fun, a little more. Obviously, I would say this is riskier than the other four, but it's IOTX. So this is a D-pin. Now, this thing has been running recently. As you can see on the, past 7 days, it's up 64%. So, don't look at this and then see if it goes down and be like, oh, well, it went down. Oh, because in the short term, price fluctuates. I'm a long-term player. I'm playing to sell my bags when the market gets red hot. And I personally believe the market is going to get red hot at earliest end of 2024, but I really believe we're going to see Bitcoin run up Q1 or Q2, probably Q1 of 2025, and then in Q2 of 2025, we'll see the Ultron. But this thing, I think, is a nice play. They just recently got on the Solana network. Solana's been red hot. I really like that play. It has a market cap of almost $500 million. I think this thing's going to go to a couple, it will go to multi-billion-dollar market cap. The D-pin narrative is about the spin. Now, what is IOTX? It's an open source project. IOTX has built a decentralized platform whose aim is to empower the open economics for machines, an open ecosystem where people and machines can interact with guaranteed trust, free will, and under properly designed economic incentives. I just wanted to throw this one in there as something that's going to have a little more, upside than these Ethereum and Bitcoin. I think RIOT and Coinbase still have massive amounts of upside. I think those two are going to do extremely well. Ethereum and Bitcoin are going to do very well as well. They just don't have the same kind of upside. But really, guys, in this market, me personally, I'm just going to tell you guys what I'm doing. I'm just accumulating and I'm not giving a fuck about the short-term price action. I'm not caring. Bro, we haven't seen the fucking halving yet. I don't give a shit. I don't care. Something goes up, cool. Something goes down, cool. I know what's going to happen in the next year. You get that? A lot of people are all caught up in the short-term price action. Oh my God, it went up 50%. Oh my God, it went down 50%. Fucking hold. I want to give a little quick story real quick about RIOT. And I think Coinbase as well. But RIOT specifically, remember this. Don't know why the chart is being a bot. But did they break my RIOT chart? Okay, now my RIOT chart's back to normal. Okay. So I started buying RIOT back here. Let me see. I originally started buying right here in August of 2022. I want to give you guys a little story time real quick. I started buying Riot blockchain. As you can see, it was sitting around $10 in August of 2022. And I continued to buy consistently, DCAing really ever since then. But I was consistently buying from August of 2022 to even in January. I was buying Riot at $3. Right around here in December of 2022, I was buying it. Literally $3 per Riot. It's now sitting around $17, and this thing's going to keep fucking running. And as you can see, from August to December, it kept going lower and lower and lower. For literally 4 months straight, I was just throwing cash into something that just kept going down. But I didn't give a fuck. You know why? Because I understood the thesis. I understood the company. I know where Bitcoin's going. I know where crypto's going. And I didn't give a shit. Okay? You got to have conviction in your plays. You got to be willing to sit there and say, hey, if I put money in this and it goes down for 2 months straight, I'm going to be cool in it because I know the long-term thesis and I know it's going to eventually go up. Okay? You gotta fucking just, dig it out. Of course, do not invest money that you can't afford to lose. Have money for your rent. If you have kids, have money for your kids, your mortgage, whatever it is. Know your own risk tolerance, but also know that you gotta have conviction in your own place. Don't be a little pussy, put something in, oh, it goes down, I'm gonna sell, swap and rotate. Fuck that. That's just my personal opinion. Yeah, guys, that's all we got for today's video. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, and also go follow me on Twitter. Link in the description. And yeah, guys, thank you for watching.